Every now and then, a project comes along that really sticks with you. Building this Barndominium for Charlie and Kathy was one of those moments. Their journey meant a lot to us, and instead of telling you why, we'll let them do the talking.
Said, I wish we had more money so we could build another house, but Texas best.
It's moments like that that remind us why we do what we do. Let's take a look at their full story.
Hey everybody, we're Charlie and Kathy. We've had a vision for something like this since before I retired. I retired in 22. We felt the Lord told us to expand our tent stakes, and this is what we want to do. We have a Tuesday night group we've had for about 8 years, and they'll come out here. That's
Gathering,
whatever we want to do.
Worship, small groups, coming out and studying and being with the Lord.
This is also a place where we want to just listen, think, and do action. We want to write. Yeah. We've each got a book on Amazon, and we just want to write. We have 3 podcasts that we produce, and this is just a place to be inspired to do those things and just have some quiet time. We actually just started looking on, Barndominium pictures, and we found that we really liked, which was huge, but the model was nice. I had never heard of a Barndominium until a few years ago when we were talking at work, and somebody said, you ought to build a Barndominium. I'm like, Barndominium, okay, a big barn and somebody turned it into a house. That sounds cool. I could drive my car right into the living room, and that's what I was initially thinking. So we started looking, and the videos came up. They were great, and we started looking at what they were doing and watched some of the houses. Really didn't consider, there was one other builder, I can't remember who it was, that I sent something to. Actually, they never responded. So Brandy and Crystal and the team at Texas Best just responded. They responded with estimates, and they would talk to me on the phone. So they're super easy to work with, and I'm so glad we picked them. So I had Josh out here in March, and then I started getting estimates, and we were right after COVID, so things were going up. And the house would have been a lot bigger if I bought it a long time ago. But I had Josh out here to make sure this is a place where he could build. We stood right out here on the windows, and there were still trees here, and could he build here, and is it the right spot and all that, and he agreed. One of the things we liked about this house when we designed it was the wraparound porch.
Yes.
She really wanted a wraparound porch, and we faced the house south. So in the morning over there is our coffee porch.
Yes.
In the afternoon right here is our iced tea porch.
Yes.
And over here off our patio is the afternoon relax porch.
Yes.
So we're just good. We're either going to move our chairs or buy a couple of sets. Yeah. But we plan on using the wraparound porch all the way around. When we were thinking about what we wanted to do, we wanted a big room, like you see.
Definitely a big room.
A big room where everybody gathered. Actually, when I had the designer do it, I said, I want the bedrooms to be like hotel rooms, so I don't want people to dwell there. Right. Now, they're a little bit nicer than that, but it's not a place to dwell. You can go stay there, put your stuff down, but I want you to come down here and we're all together. So between looking at the internet of what we want with the porch and the big room, and looking at the plans of those, I sketched stuff and gave it to Alan and did a couple of iterations on the price and all that. And I actually signed the contract in May of 23, May 1st, 2023. I gotta tell you, Texas Best was right on their estimate. They said it might be up to 4 or 5 months before we pour the foundation. And once the foundation's built, it's 8 to 10 months to finish. The foundation got poured October 17th. So for May, June, July, August, September is right there. About 5 months where they said, and then from October 17th to today is right at 9 months. Yeah. I mean, within a day, they're right at 9. So they were right within their estimate.
Honest, forthright. I mean, we understood everything was going on.
The build is unbelievable. We're both engineers. I'm a mechanical engineer. She's got her PhD in aerospace. So we watched. I was here as much as I could because I wanted to learn, but the build is unbelievable. One of the things I really like is Josh would come down and take videos of how the house is being built. And if you were cutting corners or doing anything wrong, you wouldn't do that. And when he used my house on how he does air tightness and how they're doing stuff, then I know I've got confidence.
When it had just started to get warm, it was cooler inside. There was a noticeable difference walking in, so the air tightness you could feel almost immediately, even before the AC came in. And now, you can definitely feel.
Yeah, it sounds great, it feels great. We had a project engineer, his name's Brandon. The guy's a beast. I mean, that guy worked so hard. He was...
And patient.
And patient. He was so nice. Every time I found something, I never bothered him, but just it's more like communication. Hey, do you know? And he was just so nice to me. He was on top of everything. He handled it. We just went through our pictures. Yep. We took pictures of the whole build, and we just went through them last night. And there was almost never a week where something wasn't happening here. A lot of crews coming in. They just did a phenomenal job. The crews, the guy who did the tile, the guy who did the floor, they are so meticulous and they're so accurate. And I watched them work, and the cabinet people, their whole crew at Texas Best
Yeah.
is just fantastic. Some of the contractors that work here, I would talk to them, just meeting them, and they would show me things around the house that Texas Best does that nobody does, like the trim between the roof and the wall all the way around. That's unheard of how accurate and detailed it is. So even the contractors that work on this house are just pleased to work here, and that makes me feel good too. I know they're doing good. I have a lot of builder friends at Gateway. There's a lot of guys that build really nice homes in Colleyville, and I would show them pictures of what's going on, and they saw so many things that builders don't do. For example, the zip tie was put together like a brick rather than up and down. When it's up and down, there's some growth and whatever, but like a brick, it's solid. So there's so many little things that they did that were just so pleasing and so quality. We are so pleased with this. What did you say?
I said I wish we had more money so we could build another house with Texas Best.
And we would. We've got a little land behind us and we're thinking, what could they build?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen right away, but super. Well, actually, the next thing I asked Brandon is, do you guys build on the beach? Because we'd love to have
That would be nice.
Yeah, we love Texas Best, and I'm pretty pleased with everything I've seen, the quality of all the work, the quality of the detail. Just very, very pleased.
Yeah.